Nick. So obviously we've seen you back a little bit, working with first team and stuff. How's the health at this point?
I feel great. Last week was kind of like the impromptu bye week, and it was really a blessing for us to get some more health back, get some more tape on UCLA and some more preparation.
How do you feel like you guys utilized that bye week?
I mean, it was great. Like, a lot of guys that were kind of on the fringe of, like, if they were, like, a little bit banged up or, like, having to miss a couple practices, like, they got to be healthy. Plus, like, just getting those extra few days of preparation is huge, like, preparing for any team.
I know USC and UCLA came down to those two schools for you. What does this week mean to you, in the rivalry?
It's just always an exciting week. Both are such, like, prestigious universities, both academically and athletically. And, it's really special to be a part of one of the best crosstown rivalries in football.
Nick, we're entering, I guess, must-win territory. And every year, I guess it's a must-win against the Bruins. Not like you need extra motivation, but I guess this adds a little amping to the week.
Yeah, absolutely. We can say what we want about our previous parts of the season, but, you compete in this game, win this game, then it's a successful season.
So we're looking at DTR, we're looking at guys like Charbonnet, the 20th rushing offense in the country, 30-something, right? Total offense. How do you prep for that sort of challenge?
Well, they've got some really dynamic players, whether it be number 2, 85, Charbonnet, or DTR, and we just know we have to bring our stuff and make sure we're prepared for when those guys step on the field.
Yeah, this is your last one against.
I think I'm gonna take one more year.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a little banged up this year, so I got one more. I think I got one more.
Got it. You were talking about the extra time off. Did that actually help you, or sometimes just adding that extra week is sort of painful?
No, this one helped me out a lot. I was kind of like a little bit on like the edge last week of whether or not I was going to be able to play, and last week I was able to get a lot of rehab done, a lot of preparation done, and now I'm good to go, so it was great.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
What stands out to you about UCLA's offensive line?
It's a group of guys that's returning, lots of starting experience, almost like the same group that we from last year, like running a lot of the same offense. Like, we've been able to put on some of their film from last year and see like they do a lot of the same things. But you're just like a motivated bunch. Coach Kelly's got that team like building a particular culture, and they've been successful at it. So we just have to, be ready to play when it's time to step out there.
What's been the conversation along the defensive line, trying to regroup from Arizona State when another rushing attack?
Yeah, just playing hard, playing low, and just knowing like all these weeks count. More and more as the season goes further and further. And I think we haven't had any problems with our motivation as a group, and a lot of us are going to be back next year. We're a tight-knit group, and we know like we got to rise to the challenge and set the tone, be in the front of the defense. I could even notice like watching last year's film, there's just a little bit different of a pop of the pads when you play UCLA. So I'm excited for us to go out there with that opportunity.
Nick, externally, it kind of feels like there's not a lot of juice kind of heading into this game. For you guys internally, what's kind of the vibe heading into a rivalry game?
We're really excited. I kind of said it like a couple minutes ago, but like the rest of the season aside, you win this game, like it's a successful year. So these rivalry games mean a lot to us, and we'll be ready to play when the time's right there.
What's the key in facing a bigger back like Charbonnet?
Just staying low and knowing like he's going to bring what he's got every time he goes to make a play, every time you go into contact, and being gap sound because he'll make you pay if you're not. So we're just trying to be on our game when we're going into this one.
What would it mean to you personally, just having been around this rivalry for a while? Obviously, I'm sure the season hasn't gone the way you wanted, but what would it mean personally to be able to win in this game?
I mean, it would be great. Those UCLA and USC were my final two schools, so it feels great every time to win that game, like feeling like I made the correct decision. I mean, just football-wise, so it means a lot, like personally, but I mean, as a whole group, like lots of California kids, lots of LA kids, lots of guys that were those schools were in their final decision, so they're kind of in the same boat as me.
I know he's a newcomer to your group, but what have you thought of Max Gibbs?
Oh, Max is awesome. Like, we're so lucky to have Max. He brings like just so much like fun and energy to our group. He's just a great guy. Like, it's just he's a funny guy. He's a great kid, but he's gonna be really good. And it's like every week with him, he's kind of like a ball of clay. Like as Coach Vic gets his hands on him more and more, he's like molding him into this player. And I think he's gonna be really great, whether it's on offense or defense.
Has it been a surprise how quickly he's kind of progressed with?
To be honest, a little bit. Like my learning curve was much steeper than his. Like, it's defensive line is tough, especially when you're playing inside with no experience before. Like, and being a big dude, like you have to move a lot. So he's impressed a lot of us for sure.
Easy decision. You kind of mentioned that he might come back for another season. So was that easy decision, just knowing you had some injuries this year?
Yeah, like with the injuries, and I also am in that master's program that will extend until next fall. An opportunity to hopefully get to play for Coach Vic again, all those kind of things combined. I love USC. I'm in no rush to leave this place.